championship. A double play wins it the great.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. It's on touchdown.
Into the layup goes at the buzzer.
Wins it. The championship.
It all started under the dawn of August 9th. Tonight, a champion is crowned here at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in the capital, Annapolis, Maryland. The 2023 MPSSAA Football Championships are about to start. Tonight's matchup is for the Class 2A State Championship, featuring the undefeated Decatur Seahawks at 13-0, facing the Huntingtown Hurricanes with a record of 10 wins and 2 losses. Speaking of, let's go ahead and let's show you how the two teams got here. Taking a look right here in the Elite Eight, I guess you want to call it right here, the quarterfinals. Walkersville shutting out Owings Mills 42-0. Huntingtown, of course, as you said, beating Kent Island 35-21. Decatur over Wild Lake 52-7. And Milford Mill beat Potomac 42-10. In the semifinals, Huntingtown over Walkersville 27-7, and Decatur with a thrilling 35-34 victory over Milford Mill. The two teams have basically, faced one another in the state semis for the last 2 seasons. Milford Mill got the better of them last year. Decatur got them this year. Taking a look right here, the coin toss out here. Captains are out. On Decatur's side, we have Kareem Bolden. We have Gavin Salido. We also have Bryson Coleman, and we also have Brogan Eastlack. All 4 of them out there to set it up right there in the black jerseys with the white numbers, as you see right here. Huntingtown, of course, with the white jerseys, the Carolina blue numbers. Not necessarily completely like the University of North Carolina.
A lot of high school teams love to match what the college teams wear. Who's going to match the Oregon Ducks, Tim?
Evan Kuntz and Darius Thomas, I believe, are 2 of the captains, as is Roger Jones Jr. As we take a look down there on midfield at the...
Interesting tidbit, I guess I should say.
The toss is made right there.
Okay.
And it looks as though that it is Decatur who won the toss.
Oh, home team looks like are they going to take it?
And Decatur.
Or did they defer? They
Decatur
are going to take it.
It's been a popular trend as of late for you to defer to the second half, but Decatur, they want to get going.
512 points they've scored this season, Tim. You don't really hear that. Over 400 is a heck of a lot of points. But I mean, these two teams, they're coming out with an opportunity to win a championship. And, we'll get to that in just a moment. How many championships have these two teams won? Well, that's something you may want to know. These two teams, if you go back and you look at their history, yes, they have had some opportunities, but they have not, won the perennial state championship. Decatur's come a long way.
Liam Murray has the lineup. There's the kick, and we're underway here from Annapolis, taken at about the 15-yard line. Out past the 30, spin move, gets taken down at about the 38-yard line, and I believe that was Coleman, right? But maybe not Coleman. That might have been Jones on that one. But a good return right there for Decatur. They'll take the ball. 1st and 10 coming up. And keep your eyes on this. We'll go over keys to victory here when we get a stoppage. But one thing that you want to keep an eye on for this team is that they love to play up tempo.
They really do. They like to step it up. They like to get a playoff about every 20 seconds.
Yeah. So hold on to your hats, folks. Empty backfield. 3 receivers here to the near side, 2 to the far. Right here for Decatur to start things off. Motion by Bolden. They're going to swing it to Bolden. Bolden out here to the inside. He's got some room to work. He goes down the sideline, past the 30, down inside the 20. He'll get forced out of bounds. That is how you start things off.
Yeah, that was a huge play on 1st down. Again, a good mix of pass and run. And out of the backfield, don't think it's the wide receivers all the time, Tim. These backs can catch the ball.
And they're going right to it, just like what you said, Wiley, straight to it. Same formation, only 3 receivers to the far side this time.
51-yard pickup on the first play of the game.
Bryson Coleman in the shotgun formation. Sets it up. Bolden in motion. He's going to hand it off to Bolden. Bolden looking for the corner. He gets wrapped up and flattened.
That was a heck of a tackle there. Number 5, Roger Jones.
Roger Jones Jr. I mean, again, he's the leading points getter for the Hurricanes this season with 15 touchdowns. But, you know, don't think for a second that guy can't play both sides. Second down, 9 yards to go coming up right here for the Seahawks.
Wow, can you hear and feel the energy? I mean, we heard the wind a little bit during the national anthem, but that's now the wind we're feeling is from the crowd.
Now we got the pistol formation right here for Decatur.
4 receiver set, which is not shocking.
Now it's going to motion out to the outside. Back to pass. He's going to float this one over here to the corner. Caught! Brought down inside, just outside the 5-yard line. David Chandler on the catch.
Yeah, these receivers and backs out of the backfield, you don't have to throw them the traditional little screen pass. And that was open for Decatur. But, hey, take that 10, 15-yard pass play if you can get it.
Great touch on that right there. The only guy that was going to be able to get his hands on it was Chandler there. No two ways about it.
Yeah, that was an excellent throw. Beautiful touch.
First play without 4 or more wide receivers. 2 here to the near, 1 to the far. Still in in shotgun formation, rather. There's the snap. Handoff. Trying to find the edge. He'll get a gain of about 3 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Marion Manuel, everybody getting a touch early here for head coach Jake Coleman. That's what the coaching staff was telling us when we talked to him next door before the game, Tim, is they want to get everybody involved early to really make Huntingtown be a guessing defense.
Just to put it out here in context, both coaches' boxes are on either side of us up here in the press box at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium. And now we get it going right here. Shotgun formation once again. And this time he's going to take it himself. He finds the edge, walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks!
Wow.
Bryson Coleman with a 3-yard touchdown run. And Decatur, barely 2 minutes in, not even 2 minutes into the game, they strike first.
5-play, 61-yard drive. And, of course, the big play was the 51-yard pass play to Bolden on the first play of the game.
Brogan Eastlack in the kick right here for Decatur. On the PAT.
He's a good one.
And the kick is right down the middle. 7-0 our score here on the NFHS Network. Tim Blake and Wiley Baker here. We'll be back with more right after this. All it took was 5 plays for Stephen Decatur, and they got the first strike here in this Class 2A state championship game. And they lead 7-0 over the Huntingtown Hurricanes. I mean, Wiley, we saw all the stuff that says that they love to play up-tempo. Well, they certainly proved it there on that opening drive.
Yeah, they really did. That's exactly that 512 points that we said they scored. We've also told you that they've only given up 8.8 points. So now we'll see if their defense can hold up, because Huntingtown, a very similar team in regards to defense, but we saw what happened right there, only giving up 128 points on the season. But right there, no problem for Decatur going straight down the field.
It's going to depend on how they come back after that. I mean, the first drive of a game is always can always be a little wonky. It's how you respond to whatever happens on that first drive that'll dictate the rest of the game for you.
Yeah, look at these numbers Decatur's put up all year. They've scored 49, 35, 39, 42, 33, 44, 41, 50, 49, 41, 52. I mean, come on.
So they've never been below 30 points in a game this season.
Correct. Their lowest scoring was 35 points, and that was against Milford Mill in the state semis, 35-34.
This Decatur offense is flying high, and they would love nothing more than to keep that thing going.
There's no doubt about that. Meantime, don't forget the 411 points that Huntingtown has scored. You know, they have had some tough contests. They beat Calvert, by the way. We mentioned Calvert in the States.
They did.
Actually, they lost to them 16-6.
And the kick
That's their lowest scoring points of the season.
Kick away, taking it about the 2-yard line. He's got a lot of room right there. And a good run right there by Braden Brooks. He'll get just past the 20-yard line before he's taken down. Real quick, let's go over our keys to the game here, Wiley. What do you got for Huntingtown?
Yeah, Huntingtown, they've got to push the pace, just like we saw Decatur do, and balance the attack. Stephen Decatur, we just saw what they are going to bank on, their coaching experience. We talked about many head coaches are part of their assistant coaching staff, and now we'll see if they can back up that great offense of 512 points on the season with that 8.8 per game defense that has given them a 13-0 record.
So we'll see how this goes right here. 1st and 10 coming up right here for the Hurricanes. Pistol formation. Evan Kuntz straight up the middle. And a good run right there on 1st down. That'll be a gain of about 5 yards, it looks like. Good way to start that off.
Yeah, and this is where you're going to see the balance here. There's going to be some balance with Huntingtown. It's not going to be pass, pass, pass. They will go no huddle as well. Carbon copy of Decatur, which should make this a fun contest. But they will run, as you can see. Look at the offset wishbone here.
Yeah, bit of a modified pistol, and oh boy, they had 12 on there. I wonder, nope, they're going to let him go with this. And a good run right there on 2nd down. That'll be a 1st down, and there's a penalty flag that came in at the tail end.
Yeah, that's where the big running backs come into play, Kuntz and Thomas.
Let's see what we got right here for the penalty from the head official.
See if that was a face mask as he went through the hole.
I think they were asking the coach, what do we want to do with that? So,
we'll tack that 15 on.
Yep.
You know, and that's one of those penalties that
it's not even a face mask. I think that maybe it was a late hit or something, because he did not make a face mask motion on that one.
Didn't look like it.
So it might have been a late hit or something. All right. So that is going to advance them just shy of midfield. 9 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Clock is rolling here. 1st and 10 coming up for Huntingtown. Off tackle. Good run. Spin out of one tackle. That'll get him in to Decatur territory down to about the 40-yard line.
Well, again, this is the main differential between these two squads. They'll both go fast, but Huntingtown is not afraid to put the ball on the ground more than in the air.
I believe that was Gabe Copeland on the run right there for him. They'll go for the run. Great shoestring tackle in the backfield there by Nate Tapley of Stephen Decatur, stopping that run before it could get going.
Well, Tapley, one of the best tacklers on the Eastern Shore, and he's only a junior. He also plays tight end, so he's got good hands, but he's that type of defensive end that works his way around to the middle of the defense, and he's a great run stopper.
So a bit of a pistol formation, one back in the backfield. Now they're going to shift things around here.
Double tight end set.
One receiver on each side. Looks like they run the option play. And Decatur once again shuts it down. Only maybe a yard, if that. Decatur's defense, a little rough right there to start, but they have they've been able to figure it out right here as calling unfortunately goes nowhere.
Yeah, that was a great play by Amari and Manuel there, getting into the backfield. And that's where Jeff Herrick, being on your coaching staff, makes a difference. And that Hall of Fame experience, he's big on defense.
You see it setting up right here, Kuntz. Another shift in. Yeah, they're shifting the formations around here very liberally. Kuntz in the backfield. 5 seconds on the play clock. They got to get it off.
That's
they didn't.
Delay. Did Huntingtown get a timeout? No.
Indeed, delay of game on the Hurricanes there. And again, we have the play clocks right up here on both sides of the scoreboard. You have the clocks right there, so they just took a little too long. But unfortunately, that goes from a 3rd and 8 to a 3rd and 13.
I was going to say, no excuses at the beautiful Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium.
No,
You've got the biggest scoreboards in the world.
And that one went nowhere on 3rd down. So the Hurricanes stall out. The question is, are they just going to kick this one away? And it looks like they will.
Yeah, Nate Tapley again breaking through to allow his teammates to corral the ball carrier in the backfield. And a little bit of a conservative call there on third down, Tim.
Well, I think they're trying to figure things out here to start things off, but certainly not the start that the Hurricanes wanted here in the first quarter. Punt goes away, and it'll be taken at about the 14-yard line. Slipped on the turf and taken down right near the point where he caught it.
Yeah, wow, what a tackle there. Evan Kuntz, again, he's everywhere.
Kuntz knows what he's trying to do right here, and I think that's a good way to start things off. But now, here we go again. Here come the Seahawks.
But how many times, Tim, do you know of a player, I know offense, defense, but special teams also going three ways?
There's a lot of those you see in some of the smaller schools in Virginia. And I think even some of the schools in D.C. do that as well.
Yeah, but these two teams, they've got pretty big squads.
Decatur in particular.
Yes.
1st and 10 right here. Handoff up the middle. He got some room to work with right here, Jones. But he doesn't have that room for long as the Hurricanes swarmed and stopped him after a gain of about maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, that's great gang tackling defense. I'm sure when the Hurricanes came over on the sideline, their coaching staff gathered them and evaluated what happened. And it's a matter of, hey, that's one drive. Now let's stop them. We've got them backed up.
They gave him, I think, an extra yard on that, so 2nd and 5 right there. They set it up once again right here. Coleman in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. He's going to hand it off once again. That time it goes nowhere. Probably lose even a couple of yards.
Wow. Just again, great anticipation, great defense by the entire squad, led by number 14, Chase Brooks there.
Peyton Powell looks like he was Johnny on the spot right there for the Hurricanes, making that stop. Throwing him for a loss of a couple yards, making it 3rd and 7 coming up.
And Donovan Henry from the outside working his way in as well.
Got 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near here for Decatur. It looks like that they're going to shift. They're going to shift Coleman up there to flank him. There's the snap. Back to pass. He's got a lot of time. He's got to heave this one up. It's a lot of air, and it's intercepted.
I'll have to check with that interception. Roger Jones Jr. potentially?
I think so. Might have been Jones. It might have been, I don't know if that was Braden Brooks, but that was a tremendous effort right there on the part of the Hurricanes. And unfortunately, the pressure getting to Coleman a little bit right there. And he unfortunately, we want to say that was Braden Brooks.
So there we go.
Unofficially, we'll put that for Brooks. 1st and 10 coming up right here for the Hurricanes, and they got a good run right here on 1st down. Get down to about the 15-yard line, a gain of about 8.
Wow, starting from the Decatur 23, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered if you're the Hurricanes.
Evan Kuntz doing it himself. 2nd and 2 coming up right here. 5.5 minutes left here in the first quarter. 7-0 Decatur. There's the handoff straight ahead. And they were trying to get that one, I think, to Cauley. And he'll be close to a 1st down, but I'm not sure if he got it. Well, they're going to say that he was short. 3rd and inches coming up right here for Huntingtown. And, well, here's the play that's caused all the controversy all season. Straight ahead, and that'll be good enough for a 1st down.
Hey, you know, as a coach, the comfort zone is to do exactly that, is to do whatever you want to call it, tush push, and so forth, whatever they call it in Philadelphia. And, you know, or do you go for the touchdown there, potentially? But Paul Friel says, let's get the first down, and then we'll worry about the touchdown.
We wind the clock back up. 1st and 10 coming up right here for the Hurricanes. Kuntz in the pistol. Takes the snap. Tosses it across. Overthrows his target. Incomplete.
And that was Roger Jones Jr.
He was trying to get that one to Jones. That one was a little off target, though. Maybe a little too high for him.
Yeah, this offense has been just crazy good. We talk about Roger Jones Jr. How many times do you have a high school receiver that's near 1,000 yards in receiving? Well, that's Roger Jones Jr. And if I were some D1, D2, D3 schools, I'd be looking at this kid.
Definitely. 2nd down, they're going to try. Fake the handoff. Kuntz with it. And he lowers his shoulder, gets it, but he fumbled the football. No, they're going to say he was down.
Yeah, boy, that was fortunate because that was a side hit. It looked like number 10, Nate Tapley, again in on the tackle with some help. But when he comes in on the side, you're thinking, oh.
And they're going to rule that a 1st down as well. 1st and goal upcoming here. They go straight for it ahead. Did they get the touchdown? No, they're going to say that they were short on that. Both teams going so fast we can barely keep up here. So 2nd and goal coming up.
7th play of the drive.
Kuntz straight ahead, and they stopped him again. No! Oh, they blew it dead before he broke through.
They blew the forward progress dead. And now a flat. Oh, you better hope that's not on the Hurricanes. If you're a Hurricane fan, you do not want to take 3rd and inches to score and move back to the 16-yard line.
Oh, boy. Let's see what this one's all about, folks.
This is where cool heads prevail. Oh, listen to that wind, Tim.
Sometimes you may get lost in the moment, but at the same time, you got to have awareness right there.
Yeah, and to be real honest with you, I think the referees have to have a little patience. Maybe they're picking up
they're backing them up. They're backing them up.
Wow.
Are they going to say this was? Yeah, it was unsportsmanlike conduct on Huntingtown. So now
that's going to be a loss of down. That's after the play, so it's going to be third and goal.
Goal from the 16-yard line.
Paul Friel's not happy on the far sideline. I think his beef is it's hard to hear, and these kids aren't used to not hearing the whistle.
They wind the clock right here with about 3:43 left to go. 3rd down coming up right here for the Hurricanes. Kuntz rolls out here to the near side, going for the corner. That one's incomplete. No flags on the play, and that's going to be 4th down.
That's tremendous defense by Delonte Henry. Again, this Decatur team is loaded with juniors that are really good.
Are they going to go for the TD here, I wonder? I don't see a shift in personnel, so they're going to try to. It's all or nothing right here with 3:33 left in the 1st quarter.
And Max Hall's a pretty good kicker. You know, both these teams have guys that can put the ball through the uprights.
4 wide receivers set, 2 on each side. And, oh, wait a minute. Was that a false? I think that was a false start.
We got to really think about the field goal here.
Indeed, false start on the Hurricanes. So now what are you going to do? It goes from 2nd and goal at the 1, and probably wisely right there, Huntingtown's going to take their first time out of the ball game.
The Decatur fans enjoying that penalty, enjoying another penalty, and now, yeah, Huntingtown's got some decisions to make. This would be a 37-yard field goal, roughly?
This would be 37 yards, and that is not an easy kick for a high schooler.
No, it is not.
So, I mean, I think, honestly, right here, if you're Huntingtown, Coach Paul Friel, you probably take your chances here and try to get it into the end zone if at all possible.
Now that being said, I saw 2 kicks over 45 yards in the playoffs, thanks to NFHS Network. Watching them on watching the playoffs on NFHSNetwork.com. But I tell you what, you know, it's just a matter of where do you see your offense, where do you see your defense. You know, if Paul Friel says, okay, we don't make it here, let's get it close to the end zone, give ourselves a chance to score. If we don't, let's stop them.
I mean, at the very least, even if you don't, if you find something underneath and you get it, and you get stopped short, if you get it inside the 10, you're basically stopping them kind of right where you had them on the last drive when you forced the turnover.
Right.
So 4th down coming up right here for the Hurricanes. Same set, 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Kuntz takes the snap, play action, and another penalty flag.
Wow. This is, if this is,
and is it again? Oh no!
This is going to be 25 yards worth of penalties on the Hurricanes, since it would have been 3rd and goal from the 1-inch line. And now the situation is you don't want to give Decatur good field position.
No, you don't.
And this is a team, by the way, in Stephen Decatur. We were talking about Milford Mill. Well, guess who the defending champion is?
Milford Mill.
Exactly. This Stephen Decatur team knows how to win. That's not been their entire past.
Well, we'll see what they can do here. They now have 3 receivers here to the near. Kuntz back to pass. He's going to fire it and overthrows his target, incomplete. That's a turnover on downs and just an absolute disaster there for Huntingtown. Instead of coming away with some points on the turnover, multiple penalties knock them back to the 25-yard line. And Stephen Decatur is going to start with some pretty good field position, all things considered.
And you see David Chandler, he wanted that interception, but again, being a team player. And that's what Stephen Decatur has learned. That's why they've been successful over the last 3, 4, 5 years. He didn't want that interception. He wants the field position. 1st
and 10 coming up right here for the Seahawks. 3 receivers to the near, 2 to the far. Motion, fakes the handoff. Coleman trying to go straight up the middle, but he gets flattened after maybe gaining 2 yards on the carry.
Well, and this is where Paul Friel's defense is going to have to outsmart Jake Coleman's offense here. This squad can again get up and down the field. Now they're going 5 receivers.
About 3 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Again, the Seahawks lead 7-0. Same set, empty backfield. Coleman back to pass. He's got a lot of room to run if he wants to, and he will. And he'll get forward, probably past the 30, down to the 33-yard line. And that, well, they're going to mark it at the 32, so it'll be 3 yards shy of a first down. 3rd and 3 coming up.
Crowd's going to get loud for the defense here. This would be a huge stop for the Hurricanes.
They would love nothing more than to make a stop right here, right now. Back once again to the empty formation. 3 to the far, 2 to the near. Coleman takes the snap. He's under pressure once again. That one floats up and caught. Did he get it in? Yes.
Oh, that was a beautiful. I think that was a pro catch.
That looked like it from up here. Zachary Baker with the catch right at midfield. That's a first down for the Seahawks.
The cake has been cooked. What her last name? Baker. Zachary.
We're gonna have a bunch of great names up here for the next 3 nights.
Wow, that was just dynamic. And how about the throw in the only spot your receiver can catch it, not going to get intercepted?
Coleman sets up right here once again on 1st and 10. They're going to do a side pass right there. 1 man miss, 2nd man miss, and he gets forced on out of bounds. And look out.
That could have been 15.
That could have been, but I think they're going to say that he made the contact inbounds and his momentum carried him. Very fortunate that was not another penalty. Davin Chandler, the man on the reception and run after. So that's going to bring up 2nd and 9. All that for only 1 yard.
Let's talk about Stephen Decatur. We were mentioning them. They did make it to the 2A East quarterfinals in 2021, but have not been to the state quarterfinals since 2004.
Option play, Bolden with the carry. Couple of stiff arms, but he can't find the edge, and he's forced out of bounds for a loss of 2 yards.
I mean, this is a team that really struggled winning on the Eastern Shore with your powerhouses like Kent Island, Queen Anne's, Easton. You know, this team is now the team to be looked at on the shore as the team to beat.
3rd and 11 coming up right here for the Seahawks. They set things up right here, under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Keep an eye on Manuel. There's the snap. Coleman rolls out to the far side. Fires a laser. And did he get that in? I think he did, just barely.
Wow.
Got that one in there up to Gavin Salido. And that should be enough for a first down.
Tell you what, that is just beautiful blocking by the offensive line, allowing your quarterback to roll, knowing which way he's rolling, and then allowing your quarterback to step into that pass. Otherwise, that ball gets intercepted. That was between 2 defenders.
That was a pretty tight window that he got that into as well.
Very
no 2 ways.
tight.
So we're back at it here. Another 1st and 10 right there for it. Clock ticking, about 90 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 Stephen Decatur, but they are driving. Coleman with the snap. Hands off, up the middle to Manuel. He'll get about 2 yards on the carry out to down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, notice how the change-up here, Tim, with this offense. Pass, 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 quick run, pass, pass, pass on that first scoring drive. Little mix-up here. Run, pass, little jogging. You know, the defense trying to keep Huntingtown off balance here, and they're doing a good job.
2nd and 8 coming up right here. 2 to the far, 1 to the near. There's the snap. Coleman rolls out here to the near side. He avoids 1 tackler, tries to float that one up, and that one is going to fall incomplete. Good coverage there on the part of Huntingtown by Miles Platter.
Yeah, Platter with a tremendous job. Coleman trying to do his best. Kenny Pickett there rolling to his left side.
Yes, indeed.
Had to throw a little Steelers thing in there.
There you go.
But yeah, I tell you what, you know, Coleman is very impressive. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised when he goes to Vanderbilt if they don't utilize him as a backup quarterback or in the wide receiver role as a passer.
Yep, that's true. You never know what might be able to be used. 3rd and 8 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Coleman back to pass in the shotgun. He's under pressure. He's going to try to maneuver. He'll try to run with it. He slips 1 tackler. He's got the first down. He'll get down inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line. He looked like he was dead to rights from the Huntingtown defense, but he evades the defense and gets a first down inside the 30.
Anybody mention that Bryson Coleman is 6'5" and over 200 pounds? and is good. I wouldn't be surprised if he took a dance for the athlete class because he was tiptoeing through the defense.
That was absolutely fantastic on his part. No 2 ways about it.
Yeah.
They set things up right here. 1st and 10 coming up for Stephen Decatur. Still in, it looks like a shotgun formation. He'll have Manuel flanking him to the far side. Motion. Back to pass. Coleman looking.
Manuel's wide open.
He's got everything, and he gets that one out there. Looked like to. Yeah, he got that one out there to Chandler, I believe.
Yeah, it was Chandler, and to be honest with you, if he gets the ball outside to Manuel might score there, but didn't see him right away, decided to hold up.
That's 12 minutes in the books here, folks. It's 7-0 Stephen Decatur, but the Seahawks are marching down. We'll be back with the start of the second quarter right after this on the NFHS Network. And we're back here on the NFHS Network. Tim Blank and Wiley Baker here from Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, the first of 6 championships for this weekend to be contested here on the NFHS Network. We got stats right in here. Second quarter about to begin right here. 2nd down coming up for the Seahawks. They set things up right here. Coleman looks around. He's got the edge. He's going to take it himself. And he got a penalty flag from the head official back into the backfield. I think this one's coming back. And indeed holding on the Seahawks. So this one's going to go backwards a little bit.
Well, glaringly, the stat that stands out in the first quarter is Huntingtown's 4 penalties for 29 yards.
Yep.
3 of those on the drive in which they had 3rd and goal from the half-yard line, where it went unsportsmanship-like conduct, and then 2 5-yard penalties for illegal procedure. Otherwise, this game is tied probably at 7 for the team, the Huntingtown Hurricanes. Talking about them in the States, they have been the runner-up 2 times in 2012 and 2009, and they've been in the semifinals a couple times in the last 5 years, 2018 and 2019, as well as 2021.
2nd and 15 coming up right here for the Seahawks, rather. They set it all up. Motion from Chandler. He's going to go way out to the far side. Coleman takes the snap. Under pressure. He's got to get rid of this one in a hurry. But he's got the edge. Makes another man miss, but he won't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe about a yard short, so it'll be 3rd and I guess maybe a short 11 coming up.
I tell you what, I think I figured out why Bryson Coleman is so elusive. He's got the crop top work, and I'm waiting for somebody to grab his jersey and the jersey just to rip off. I wonder if he's got one of those tearaways back from the 80s and 90s.
Oh, man.
Love those. Running down the sideline, just rip it off. Bryson Coleman's like, you can't catch me. Catch me if you can.
3rd and 11 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Coleman takes the snap. Pumps, fires it. He's got a man open, and it's deflected at the last second.
That was great defense.
Oh, my goodness, what a defensive play right there. That was number 7 of Huntingtown, Miles Plater.
Yeah,
making the deflection, getting it right there at the last second. What a play.
Yeah, he turned his head right at the last minute, too, and that's the key. You don't have to be looking at the quarterback the whole time. You want to know where your receiver is, but make sure you turn your head when you see that receiver's eyes get wide open.
See it right here, 4th and 11 coming up right here for the Seahawks. They're going to go for it.
Jake Coleman's squad rolling the dice.
Coleman fires it out here to the near side, complete. Oh, it's going to be dependent on where the spot is. I don't know if he made it.
No, it's short.
I think he was short.
Oh, and we just...
As I said, we have coaches on either side of us.
The funny thing about that, Tim, is to our left, the the Huntingtown box is empty, but the Decatur box is full.
And yes, indeed, they spotted it. He was short. Had 10 or 9.5. You needed 11. And the Hurricanes catch a break on that one after failing to score on the last drive.
An 11-play drive that comes up empty on 4th and 11, where they get just about half of that, Tim. That's where that defense comes into play for Huntingtown. We've talked about Decatur only giving up 8.8 points a game. Well, I tell you what, Huntingtown not so bad at giving up 128 points in 12 games. Do the math, that's less than 10 points a game.
An 11-play drive that comes away without a score. That is a Sickos Committee special right there. Straight up the middle here on 1st down for the Hurricanes, down all the way up to the 25-yard line. That's an 8-yard run there on 1st down. Really impressive stuff.
Well, I'm going to redo my math, so it's just over 10 points a game. 10.2 points per game.
Running like a bulldozer in there. I believe that's Landon Colley, number 20. They got in the backfield again, over 1,000 yards on the season. They hand it off to Colley once again. And I think he might have enough for the 1st down there, and I think he does.
Wouldn't that be great if they had somebody on their team with the nickname Rock? We could say, hey, man, rock you like a hurricane.
There you go. They move the chains. They reset the down marker. It's 1st and 10 here for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, hey, you only need 10.
Colley is starting to get a little hot right now. I mean, he didn't exactly set the world on fire in the first quarter with only 16 yards, but I think he's starting to get his footing underneath him. First and 10 right here. This time it's going to be the quarterback who gets it. He got taken down straight away, and I think that was Coleman Chandler, I should say, who made the stop. And he ends up losing a couple yards on that, 3 yards to be specific, so 2nd and 13 coming up.
Yeah, the Hurricane fans were looking for a personal foul penalty there. I'm not sure whether they were looking for a horse collar or a face mask, but no flags.
So 2nd down coming up right here. 2 receivers split to each side. Back to pass, fires it across the middle, and it's complete. Looks like he'll be about a yard shy of the 1st down, but a really well-designed play right there from Bryson Coleman.
Yeah, that was Trent DePompa, and who do you go to,
Correction.
Tim, when you need a catch? Your big tight end.
Correction, that was Evan Kuntz on the pass, so it's going to be 3rd and 1 coming up right here for the Hurricanes.
Trent DePompa listed at 6'1". I tell you what, looking at him from the press box, he looks like he's about 6'6". That guy got himself planted in a good spot and was able to catch the ball, give his team a good chance on 3rd.
Kuntz is going to take it himself. He's got the 1st down. He's got even a little bit more than that, past the 40, and yeah, he's going to get taken down, and yeah, they're not going to give him the penalty on that one, but they are going to give him the forward progress out to the 43.
Well, I think what everybody's going to have to realize here is it is very, very difficult to hear the whistle. And this is an environment that these kids have not played in before.
That is it. I mean, look, they can say it all that they want. I mean, yes, the famous scene in Hoosiers when Gene Hackman, measures it out at the home arena of Butler. But no, I mean, when you're at a different place than you're used to, things just are a little different.
No
straight
doubt.
up the middle, and Cauley goes straight forward. There's a penalty flag in the defensive backfield after the hit. I wonder what this is going to be. It looks like it was right when the quarterback got hit. So this could be something else right here. So let's see what the call is.
I'm thinking offside or illegal shift. Offside on the defense or illegal shift. Let's see what we've got. The officials communicating, I believe, via walkie here. It is going to be an illegal
so
motion.
This is going to back him up 5 yards. So 1st and 15, and you can tell, I think, that the Huntingtown fans are starting to get a little frustrated here.
First half stats, by the way, 14 plays, 57 yards for the Hurricanes of Huntingtown, 18 plays, 116 yards, most of those on the first drive for Stephen Decatur. And rushing yards, 57 for Huntingtown, 29 for Decatur. Passing yards, none in the first quarter for Huntingtown, 87 for Decatur.
Kuntz back to pass. He's under heat. He's trying to get it off. The ball is loose. Was it a fumble? Yes, it was. It's still loose. Did they get it before it got out of bounds, though?
I think
They couldn't get it. They could not cover it up. Huntingtown will hold on to the football, but they took a big loss on that one.
Yeah, between the penalties and the big losses, that's really the difference in the game right now. Huntingtown goes forward, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and they just can't afford to do that against this Decatur squad.
They're going to mark it 2nd and 24, and I believe Huntingtown is going to take their 2nd timeout. We'll stick around right here on the NFHS network, and yeah, a lucky break if I've ever seen one right there for the Hurricanes, as that ball just scooted out, and you're just sitting there thinking, uh-oh.
Yeah, these two teams are, again, we talked about their offenses, but right now, after that first drive, and actually the 2nd drive by Huntingtown, first drive for each squad, the defenses have said, all right, we've had enough of this. We're going to start stepping up. We're going to make it happen here. And very fortunately for Huntingtown, they could have gone down 14-0 in a heartbeat because that ball was nearly a scoop and score.
Very close to it. And you hear some of the noise out there. There's a a helicopter flying above us somewhere. And I got to say, just taking a look across the stadium there, we see the moon, but shrouded in the clouds. It's a cloudy night here in Annapolis this evening.
But of course, beautiful stadium. The lighting is great. These kids
hand that one off to Cauley. He makes one man miss, and he'll get a chunk of that back, but only about 5 yards. They'll make it 3rd and 19 coming up.
Yeah, that's a great run there by the big boy. You know, when you're not sure what to do, give it to the big guy and let him run through the defense that's been taking some chances here.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen with that? I mean, best case scenario, he breaks a couple tackles and you get a good chunk of yards.
For sure.
So 3rd and 18 coming up right here. They got to get to the 47 of Decatur to get a first down.
Now this is where Roger Jones Jr. comes into play, and you got to go to your bread and butter. I mean, go for it. It's the state championship game.
Back to pass goes Kuntz. He's looking, fires it, and he overthrows his intended target, and I think that might have been a breakdown in communication. Tried to get that one to Brody Whittington, who's had a solid season thus far, but he looked like maybe he got a little turned around when he made that final break.
Yeah, I tell you what really the difference is on defense, Decatur is being more physical right now at the line of scrimmage, specifically with the Chucks by their defensive backs. They're not letting Huntingtown get off the line of scrimmage for their pass patterns.
4th down coming up right here and they get that one away. It's high up. Takes a nice Huntingtown bounce. It'll bounce backwards and be down at about the 35-yard line. So 7:33 left to go here in the second quarter. Still 7-0 Stephen Decatur over Huntingtown as the Seahawks come back out for their 3rd offensive possession of the game, or 4th, I believe.
30-yard punt there, but the key really with punts in high school is the no return. I mean, there are so many dangerous return men in high school football, and it continues to grow. You put your best athlete back to receive kicks, and you just can't kick it to them. That's the bottom line.
1st and 10 coming up right here for the Seahawks. They're going to go right back to what worked for them in the first one. Motion here by Bolden. Back to pass goes Coleman. He's going to swing it to Bolden. Bolden gets the catch. Makes one man miss. He's down the sideline. He's going to cut it back across. Past midfield. Cuts it back inside to the 40-yard line. And that's a solid 20-yard catch and run right there. He was almost weaving his way like Bo Jackson in Tecmo Super Bowl there.
Well, Kareem Bolden is not a tall guy. He's one of the medium-sized guys on the team. But he had one guy hawking him the whole time, and that's all he had to do was beat that one guy and get a big gainer.
1st and 10 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Same formation, 3 to the near. Motion this time by Chandler. They're going to run a jet sweep to Chandler. Chandler makes a couple man miss past the first down, but there is a flag back at the point of attack, and I bet this one's coming back, and looking at the reaction of the Decatur players, it is.
Well, there was
holding on Decatur, so that'll back them up.
23 on that first play, and then that was going to be another 13 there, and that is definitely not what Jake Coleman wants. Do anything but move your squad backwards, because once you get somebody like Bolden get past that first line of defense, it's pretty much 10 yards.
Now, the one silver lining for this is that it is not a foul from the line of scrimmage. It is a spot foul. So it looks like that this will be making a 1st and 16 coming up right here for
only in
the
high school
Seahawks.
and college. Only in high school and college.
That's true. That makes it fun.
It does.
Back to pass. Coleman, he's under pressure. He floats that one, and he just throws it out of bounds. And that should not be intentional grounding, and I do not see a flag for it.
You know, Tribe Wise did a really nice job of getting in a position to where his quarterback could waste that pass. And it's number 11 on the near side, who just did a little down and out, saw his quarterback was in trouble, and said, hey, I need to be in a position where it's not going to be intentional grounding.
So, I mean, right now, the one thing that you can say about Huntingtown's defense is that after that first possession, they have locked themselves down here. 2nd and 16 coming up right here for the Seahawks. 3 receivers to the near, 1 to the far right here for Coleman. He takes the snap. He's going to fire it to the outside, just out of the hands of his receiver. Did not miss Zachary Baker there by much.
Yeah, I tell you what, other than the catch, What a nice pass pattern run there by Zachary Baker. The little down and out pattern, one of those ones you draw up in the dirt as a kid. Hey, you go down and out this way, you go down and out this way, and you guys go deep.
I always remember there was one play my dad and I always ran against some of the kids in the neighborhood, and it would always catch them off guard.
The one play that always worked.
Yep. Pistol formation coming up right here, 3rd and 16. Now it's a shotgun formation, 3 receivers here to the near side. Coleman looking over here to the near side, has it complete. And he'll get forced out just at the 36-yard line. Catch made right there from Tribe Wise. That's a solid gain of about 13 yards right there. He'll be just shy of a first down. I mean, you're going to go for it here if you're Huntingtown. Yeah,
this is that was a great play, great design play there by Jake Coleman to put your team in position to get the first down. And
now for Huntingtown here, you have to have defensive discipline here.
Absolutely,
you cannot jump on this play.
Cannot jump, cannot cause pass interference.
4th and 3 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Decatur, one to keep this drive alive. Coleman takes the snap, fires it to the outside, complete. They got the first down inside the 30, down to the 27-yard line.
Well, Bryson Coleman's arm strength was what makes that play possible for the Seahawks. Stephen Decatur can't make that play happen if you don't have a quarterback that can take a one-step drop and then just fire a dart, 20 yards across the field.
Absolutely.
From the near hash mark to all the way across to the numbers just about.
Now we got a different formation here. Trips narrow just past the tackle on the outside and one receiver here to the inside. They hand the ball off, trying to go off tackle, and he got met there after about maybe 2 yards on the carry.
Tremendous defense.
Real good tackle there for Huntingtown's. I believe that was Peyton Powell there with the tackle. Or actually, no, that was Evan Powell, number 50. 50 and 58, the Powell brothers, the Powell boys share those numbers, so.
Yeah, there you go. And Powell, I like the sportsmanship there. Powell helped up Reed Phillips, Stephen Decatur. They kind of collided on that tackle. Love the sportsmanship there by Huntingtown.
2nd and 7. Coleman going to try to run it, trying to find the edge. He's got a lead blocker. Gets past it. He'll get the first down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, we haven't mentioned that yet, Tim, but Amari Emmanuel and the rest of the receivers on Decatur have been told by their coaches, you not only need to be able to catch and run, but you need to be able to block, and we saw it there on the edge.
That was a really well-designed play right there. Amari Emmanuel absolutely in the right position to just spring Coleman for the yards that he needed there. Timeout, and I think that, yep, Huntingtown is going to burn a timeout here with about 5:22 left to go. We'll go ahead, step aside right here for a little bit on the NFHS Network. Tim Blank and Wally Baker here live from Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. We'll be back with more right after this. And we're back here on the NFHS Network. Stephen Decatur lining back up right here. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. $5:22 left to go here. There's the snap. Hand it off to Manuel. Manuel makes a man miss. Gets himself inside the 5. That should be 1st and goal. What a play by Manuel. Makes the first man miss and then just uses his speed to get going there.
Manuel wasn't in manual. He was an automatic there.
There you go.
Spin, make defenders miss. 1st and goal.
Should point out there was no flag on that. That was my mistake.
It is a bit breezy out here, so you might see towels flying a little bit.
1st and 5 coming up right here. 1st and goal from the 5, rather. There's the snap. Makes one man miss, but that time Coleman unable to make it happen. He'll lose a couple yards on that.
Yeah, that's a heck of a gang tackle, and I'm sure that's what that timeout was about by Paul Friel's squad. He's got 10 great assistant coaches, and they were talking defense, defense, defense. Guys, we've given 10 points per game on the season. We've given up our 7. No more here.
2nd and goal coming up right here for the Seahawks. Coleman setting up in the shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the far, 1 to the near. Tight end in motion here to the near side. Trying to figure something out. Can they get it off? No, delay of game.
Let's see if they got a timeout. It looked like Jake Coleman was near the official. Did he get it in time? Down here at the bottom of the screen.
They're going to get it.
Wow. Heads up by your head coach there.
We'll keep it here on the NFHS network after that timeout. 4:01 left to go here in the 2nd quarter as, Wiley, I mean, again, we're really at the end of the season right here, just in general. Like, again, we have the Maryland championships going on here today. The AADC championship between Dunbar and and Friendship happening at Howard next week.
Okay.
I mean, this Saturday.
Okay.
And of course, in Virginia, it's semifinals Saturday, as you will get 12 games going on in all 6 classes to see who will be making the trips to Charlottesville, Lynchburg, and Salem.
How about
and
that?
play for state championships next weekend.
And in Maryland, right here, we've got a Dunbar playing tomorrow night.
There you go.
The magic word is Dunbar.
As we see them setting it up right here, 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line. Just over 4 minutes to go. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. Coleman in the shotgun. Motion, they're going to run the jet sweep. No! Coleman takes it himself, but he'll only get maybe about 2 yards on the carry, down to 2 or 3. They'll give him 3, down to 3 or 4 yard line. A little hard to tell from up here.
Wow, this is, if my numbers are correct, play 12 of a drive that started at the 7:30 mark at their own 36.
The time of possession stat's going to be fascinating to see at halftime.
It's amazing it's only 7-0 Decatur right now.
Really?
All the yardage, but not much into the end zone.
3rd and goal coming up right here for Decatur. Quick pass going to the corner. Caught! Wait a minute.
Whoa. Are they going to call that an interception?
No, they called a touchdown.
Yeah, it was.
They're still struggling over it. And penalty flags fly right down there, but the call is a touchdown. Getting that one to Tribe Wise.
Wise, the 3-yard touchdown pass on a beautiful throw by Coleman.
And then the initial call from the official, again, was just to blow it dead. So we apologize for that initial call right there, because
yeah, it definitely looked like a touchdown. And to be honest with you, I think the official, if he puts his arms up right away, I don't think we see that flag.
Probably not.
There was a little tussling going on. I hope they pick it up. I really hope they pick it up there. Unless somebody said the magic words. I mean, if somebody says the magic words, we can't hear that.
Yeah, again.
Which is a good thing.
Again, we're all the way up here. The action is down on the field. Again, the action pretty far away on the field, I should point out.
But again, you're right there at the 50, Tim. I'm at the 46. What a view, huh?
It's a beautiful view.
Beautiful.
Now we got a better, and yeah, they're talking to the Decatur coach, so they're not picking up this flag.
Was it offensive pass interference?
No, they're.
Okay, so this is going to be after the play. Wow, it's on Huntingtown again.
The unforced errors for Huntingtown at the moment. Right now, that's the thing that's hurt them the most right now. And they need to get something here before halftime. Especially, the good news for them is that they get the ball to start the second half, because Decatur, they just basically said, no, we want to start off with the ball. And well, taking a look at it right now, head coach Paul Friel's trying to get some kind of explanation from the officials.
Yeah, I think he thought it was an interception.
You know, Roger Jones Jr. was the one who was covering Wise on that play.
He's a pretty darn good receiver himself, playing safety.
Absolutely. No two ways about that.
Talk about two guys with great hands.
And we're hearing the magic chant from we're hearing the magic chant from the Huntingtown faithful.
Oh, you know what? I wonder if Paul Friel wanted to have that penalty now rather than on the kickoff.
I don't know if you can do that, unfortunately.
Interesting, because that would have made it, what, a 35-yard extra point. Every point counts.
And there's the extra point attempt, and it is good. And that makes it 14-0. Stephen Decatur right now with the advantage, up 14-0 here on the NFHS network. And we'll be back with more right after this. Live from Annapolis, the Class 2A state championship here in the state of Maryland. And we're back here on the NFHS network. Tim Blank and Wiley Baker with you here live from Navy Marine Corps Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. And now you got the kickoff coming here after the 15-yard penalty. And now they're just going to kick it away.
I liked your idea off the air, Tim, about going for the onside kick.
I was going to say, I mean, what do you really have to lose going for an onside kick in this situation if you're Decatur?
And with the way your defense has been playing, no doubt. And again, I'm going to correct myself because I was saying Paul Friel was arguing about the extra point, but actually the penalty was on his team. So he was actually arguing the penalty in general. But again, let's go back and take a look. Look at this squad for Stephen Decatur. Let's go back to 2018-2019. 5-7, 4-7, 5-7, 6-5. You know, this is a team that didn't know what 13-0 was just 5 to 10 years ago. This squad is playing like a state champion.
They get the snap right now, this time going, and he goes straight forward. He gets himself all the way down into the 36-yard line, and a good run right there on first down by Kuntz.
Yeah, Kuntz has got that explosive speed once he gets through that initial line of defenders and almost broke it all the way there.
We see it right here, 1st and 10, Kuntz. He's just going to take it himself once again, and he fumbled! He got turned, he got inverted, and he fumbled the football. And it got recovered by Huntingtown, by Stephen Decatur, it looked like.
Wow, was that Tapley? Oh my gosh.
Wait a minute. No, somehow, again, somehow the Hurricanes came up with it.
I don't know if that was Tapley on the tackle or if that was Reed Phillips.
That was a heck of a flip, and I thought that the Seahawks had that thing for sure.
Wow.
2nd and 6 coming up right here. And he's going to take it himself once again. Kuntz will be stopped short of the first down at the 44-yard line, so it'll be 3rd and 1 coming up right here after a gain of 5 yards.
Now this is the Paul Friel team that has gone 10-2 each of the 2 of the last 3 years. 12-1 in 2019-2020. They've been 10-3. This team again trying to get back to the glory land.
So we see him setting up right here, 3rd and 1. Again, Huntingtown with only 1 timeout left here in the first half. And a quick pass over here to the near side, and that's
in there. Huge hit in the backfield.
Brody Whittington got the pass, but he went the wrong way there.
Evan Copeland was there. Delonte Henry was there. Also, Zachary Baker was there. A lot of guys going 2 ways.
And they're not going to try to give Decatur the short field here, and that's probably the right call. They're just going to punt it away here with just over a minute to go.
Yeah, like you said, they get the ball to start the second half. They're certainly not out of this, down 14-0, but
we've seen bigger leads disappear in high school football.
No doubt. That is absolutely true.
So we'll see how it goes right here. 4th and 4. And they're going to take their final timeout right there before the delay of game comes down.
And I guess I shouldn't say get back to the glory land, because Huntingtown's been close. They just haven't been able to get over the hump. Both these teams going for their first ever football state championship.
My mistake. They did not take their last time out there. They took the penalty. That was a delay of game. 1:02 left. So right now they're just trying to kick this one away. And that one,
heads up.
A lot of height on that one.
Oh, did that hit?
No, it didn't.
Okay. Oh, very close.
That's good. That is pretty good field position right there for Decatur, and they got 2 timeouts left. I mean, I honestly think in this position you go for it if you're Decatur.
Absolutely.
Don't take this thing in. Don't be conservative and take this in. If the punt was deeper, you probably just go ahead and take it into half. But right here, you only have to go 53 yards to get another score. And as I said, you got 2 timeouts, and you got a guy on your team that's thrown over 2,000 yards this season, so take advantage of that. 1st and 10 coming up right here for the Seahawks. 2 receivers on each side. Coleman takes the snap, fires it out here to the near side, complete to Wise. Wise makes a man miss. He gets out of bounds at about the 43-yard line of Huntingtown.
So this is going to be interesting. Plenty of time, 2 timeouts. This team was built for 52 seconds and only 40-some yards to go before getting to the checkerboard end zone.
1st and 10 coming up right here for Decatur. Coleman takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the far side. Flips it, gets it out there to Chandler. He'll get about 5 yards on the play.
Is there any other college stadium that has checkerboard end zone other than Navy and Tennessee? Been thinking about that.
I can't think of too many that do. So a 3-yard gain on the carry on the play there. 47 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter.
Being very efficient on offense, little at a time. Again, we've seen the leg of their kicker, Eastlack.
Coleman back to pass. Under heat once again. He's going to take it himself. Tries to cut it back inside. He gets taken down at about the 35-yard line. That is where Decatur will take their 2nd time out of the half. 39 seconds left to go.
Like you said, we have got a great weekend on tap. Hey, want to say a big shout out to Mike Murray. He's listening. He used to be part of the Champions Officials group. They are actually going to be officiating our first game tomorrow night. And again, congratulations to the officials here tonight who have also won their spot in the state championship game.
Absolutely. Every single one of these guys is the best at what they do.
Well, I tell you what, when Mike was in town, he's Pittsburgh native, back in Pittsburgh now. Did a great job while he was here in Maryland for years. Wrote for one of the local newspapers in Anne Arundel County, the Capital Gazette newspaper right here in Annapolis. And he's listening from about 4 hours away. Mike, so good to have you on board with Tim and me.
3rd and 2 coming up right here for Decatur.
This is automatic 4-down territory here, don't you think,
two
Tim?
ways. At this point in the half, absolutely.
With 1 timeout left, you can pretty much do anything here that you want.
3rd and 2 coming up right here for the Seahawks.
And especially up 14-0.
Coleman takes the snap. He's got all day.
Oh, he's got a man, middle of the field.
He's looking still. But he'll get the 1st down. He'll get down to about the 31-yard line.
Yeah, right in the middle of the field. He had Nate Tapley initially. Nice job.
And it looks like that they will take their final timeout.
Actually downing the ball there. They were going to, but they got lined up fast enough. Nate Tapley was gathering everybody, and they were able to down it there, Tim.
Well done. That's actually, you don't see that from high school quarterbacks that often.
No, that was well done, and again, that's why he's a Division I prospect at one of the best academic Division I schools as well.
Absolutely.
Vanderbilt
Like,
Commodores.
yes, you can make the jokes of Vanderbilt all you want, but at the same time, I mean,
look what Jerry Stackhouse has done with that men's basketball team.
yes, indeed. Coleman rolls out here to the near side. He's going to fire it up. It's intercepted! And the Hurricanes shut it down.
Oh, that was tremendous.
That was John Bolin on the pick.
How about the inside linebacker with the hawk eye there? Bolin was anticipating the button hook that turned into a down and out. He steps in front and staves off what could have been another 3 to 6 to 7 points.
That right there. That is big for Huntingtown, especially at the end of the half when it looked like you could be going down 3 scores. This is the kind of play you can use to potentially get some momentum back on your side and really try to ride the wave going into the second half.
Absolutely, and getting the opportunity here to maybe take a couple chances with one timeout.
They're going to try. Fires it out to the outside. It's complete. Couldn't quite get it. They're going to have to get up to the line of scrimmage or take their last timeout.
Yeah, I think you use it here.
15 seconds, and yep, I think they do.
I mean,
yep, they take their final timeout.
yeah, you can't go into, you can't take it home with you. You get no money, no points for it.
Does not roll over into the second half. So, again, you keep your eyes right here on Coombs. He threw for over 2,000 yards, 60% completion percentage.
We have not seen the kicker for Huntingtown. We don't know what his range is here.
Now there's a quick conversation from the officials.
We've been told the kickers for both teams are very, very solid.
They set it up right here, 1st and 10. No, they're going to wind it right there. Fires it down the field, just out of the hands of his intended receiver.
Oh, man, that would have been huge. Was that Braden Brooks?
I want to say it might be. Let me take a look right there.
He's the one we believe who had the INT, so we know he's got the hands.
I think it is Brooks. No, intended receiver there was Roger Jones Jr.
Which again,
the leading receiver for the team. They tried to go to his key guy, and now 6 seconds to go here. I mean,
well, Huntingtown's going to need to use timeout here because the play clock's down to 3.
Nope, they get it off, and they'll just run this to end the half.
Little surprise there that they didn't go for it one more time. 1 second left and a timeout used. So here, well, there we go.
No, it's halftime. So we are 24 minutes clear. Stephen Decatur with a 14-0 lead. Huntingtown undone by penalties and unforced errors as they are looking for answers, and right now there are none to be found for the boys in white. But on the other side for Stephen Decatur, this is going as well as it possibly could for them.
It really is. Other than that turnover right there at the end of the half, I'm sure Jake Coleman would have liked to have made this a 3-possession game, but you know, I like the idea of trying to be aggressive. That's the way you've played all season long to get to 13-0. Why stop now?
So we'll go ahead and step aside here for a little while here on the NFHS Network. Tim Blank and Wiley Baker with you here from Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. We'll be back with the second half after this. And we're back here on the NFHS Network. Tim Blank, Wiley Baker with you here live from Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland, the capital of the Old Line State. The first of 6 championships to be crowned here tonight, or this weekend, I should rather say, in the MPSSAA championship weekend for football to close out the fall season. Wiley, this has been a kind of an odd first half, to be sure, as we take a look at some of the statistics right here from the first half.
Yeah, 342 yards of offense, but just 2 scores. And funny enough, out of the 157 passing yards for the Decatur Seahawks, 51 of those came on not the first drive, well, yeah, the first drive, but the first play of the game, Tim. Unbelievable. So as we take a look at our stats, the total yards go to the Decatur Seahawks, 222 to 120. Just about even on plays, 38 to 30. Not too much difference. Big difference in passing yards, 157 to 12. Huntingtown's been able to move the ball, though, with 108 rushing yards in 21 attempts. That's not bad, just over 5 yards a carry. And really, the big difference in this one is Decatur has controlled the time of possession, 16-10 versus 750. And those huge penalties by the Hurricanes have just, that would have been a 7-7 contest on 3rd and goal from the inch line.
No two ways about that. Like right there, I mean, that's your big difference right there in that at the end of the half. Not getting that touchdown was absolutely just a gut punch for the Hurricanes right there. Like because so close to taking the lead, and it just did not work for you there.
Yeah, and they lead the turnover battle. We're going to correct ourselves. We thought it was number 2. We thought it was number 5. Well, it was right in between. It was number 3. It was Trent DePompa with an interception early, and then it was John Bolin with an interception late. But the Hurricanes couldn't do anything with those. They get the ball to start the second half. Let's see if they can make it happen here.
Eastlack getting set to kick off right here. 2 men back deep right here for Huntingtown. And we're back underway and taken back at about the 2-yard line. And a good return out of half right there on the part of Huntingtown. A good run there by Braden Brooks.
Yeah, Braden Brooks bringing it back, and great return. Actually, you know what? I think that was number 7?
No, that's number 2.
It was Brooks, yes. It was Braden Brooks. And it was number 7 with the blocking. Yes.
Again, these uniforms can be a little difficult to read, but we're making it work as best as we can.
Well, I tell you what, we're getting some shout-outs, Tim. How about we heard during the half from former Queen Anne's County Lions head coach Al Waters, who still does a lot in the community with our local football youth.
Al, thanks for watching here tonight. We hope you're enjoying it. Hope that you're enjoying the time here as we continue along. 1st and 10 coming up right here. Option play, good pitch right there, but only going to get about maybe 3 yards there on the carry. Cauley tried to get that one going. But that was actually good work there by Kuntz to hold that until the absolute last moment.
Yeah, now wait just a second. Are we watching Huntingtown or are we watching the Naval Academy here? Who's running the option?
I was about to say. And of course, you know, the Naval Academy, they're prepping, of course, for their big game.
Oh, yeah.
Here next week up in New England.
Yeah, how about that? Up at Gillette Stadium.
That's going to be a fun atmosphere. I had the pleasure for a couple of years to go see it in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field. And it's about as everything is advertised, folks. Plain and simple.
No doubt. As a matter of fact, I got a chance to get my picture with the one and only Vern Lundquist in his last game in Philadelphia.
Excellent. Straight ahead, going forward. That's a first down by Cauley out near midfield, rumbling all the way to the 49-yard line.
Well, again, this is where Huntingtown needs to continue to work.
This is it. This is a great start to the second half right here for the Hurricanes.
Well, Paul Friel, I'm sure it was a one-way conversation in the locker room from the coaches to the players. Let's establish ourselves. We're a good team.
Cauley, this time he runs right into a brick wall. And he gets flattened in the backfield.
Well, lo and behold, who's there again? Nate Tapley again with a host of friends. Seamus Orth there as well. Number 5 is also there. That's Amarian Manuel. We mentioned his name, a dozen times or so now?
2nd and 8 coming up right here. And this time, and he gets flattened in the backfield. All the way down inside to the 27-yard line.
That's a huge run of 21 yards.
This is the kind of play that Huntingtown has been waiting for in this entire game. Marching right now down the field here to start the second half. This is exactly the way they wanted to get going.
Again, we've talked about the nice balance in the Huntingtown offense. 2,300 rushing yards, 2,100 passing.
Hand off to Cauley. Cauley, he's dragging. He was dragging Gavin Salito right there, who was stretching his jersey out. Gets all the way down to the 20, so a gain of 7 there. 2nd and 3 coming up.
Evan Copeland there as well. I'm really missing the tearaway jerseys. I mean, sorry to mention that again, but, you know, come on now.
2nd and 3 coming up right here for the Hurricanes. Kuntz gets the snap. He's going to take it himself. Looks for the edge. He takes it back inside. He'll be close to a first down there, but he paid the price.
Yes, he did. I tell you what,
He
good
did
second
get the
and
first
third
down.
effort, though.
He did get the first down, though. Great effort there on the part of Kuntz to get that going. Kuntz and Cauley getting this thing going, and this is exactly what Coach Paul Friel wanted.
And Eric Barreca was there to make sure he didn't get more than that, a couple yards for the first down, because he was getting ready to break another tackle.
1st and 10 coming up right here. Handoff. No, they fake it. This time he goes straight forward. Kuntz does. And he'll get about 5 yards down to about the 17-yard line, maybe 6. No, they're going to say 5.
Well, I tell you what, and Kuntz, 5'10", he's my height, 5'10", 5'11", but I tell you the leverage, this kid has strong legs and just will not go down.
2nd and 6 coming up right here. They hand it off to Cauley, straight ahead. He'll be close, and I think he got it again. Yes, another first down. 1st and goal coming up here for the Hurricanes.
Another kid, 5'10", 5'11", with a really muscular, waist-down body, just keeps driving the legs.
And this is exactly kind of where they stalled out in the first drive at the start of the game. This time, though, they won't be denied. Touchdown, Hurricanes! Cauley with a 6-yard plunge, and Huntingtown finds the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
8 plays, 68 yards.
And nothing but pound, 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 pound. It's almost like you're seeing the 80s Washington team go straight forward with that, with how much they were running the ball.
That makes the coach look like a genius there.
Absolutely. Extra point attempt on. That was low, but he gets it through. So just like that, about 4 minutes into the second quarter, and hold on. No, there's a penalty flag down there.
Near side.
So let's see what this is all about.
Max Hall might have to do it again.
Well, now hold on. Oh, yeah, they are going to have to do it again.
Illegal formation. So again, that when you referee twirls his arms, it's not necessarily illegal motion. That was an illegal formation. So this will be a 25-yard extra point for Max Hall.
Always a little dicey when it's not where you usually do it. And again, as low as that was, I'm not sure if they want to try to repeat that. And they're getting Stephen Decatur getting the chance to block that kick.
They call him Mr. Pink Shoes. Here he goes.
Take 2 from 5 yards further back. That one found its way through.
Yeah, you know what? The first one was not pretty. We had to make that one. That was right down the pike. Beautiful kick there by Hall.
And that is exactly what the Hurricanes needed, and now they're hoping that their defense can come out and do the same. Because just like that, folks, we're back to a one-score ball game here.
What do they call that? Just as the doctor ordered? Well, Paul Friel, just as the coach ordered at the half in the locker room, and don't forget that it's not your per se normal 10-minute break at the half. You get your 15 minutes in the championship game, and Paul Friel and his coaching staff did exactly what they needed to do to convey to their offensive line what we're going to do, and then the star players were the star players that have been all season for this 10-2 Huntingtown team to turn it into a one-score game.
Again, Cauley with 5.4 yards a carry, and Kuntz with 5.7 yards per carry entering this game. So you know for a fact that they're able to run it, and that's what they did. They went right back to it, nothing fancy. Joe Bugle would be proud wherever he is.
Yes, he would. Somebody's a Commanders/Redskins fan.
It's in my blood. What can I say? And a bouncer right there on the kickoff, picked up. And you can tell that the Hurricanes are energized.
Number 44 right there, Max LaFollette.
My goodness, LaFollette, 5'10", but he just played big right there. And that is a big stop on the kick right there. 8-12 left to go here in the third quarter. And this is going to be crucial right here. We're going to see what Decatur does, because it really feels like the momentum slowly starting to creep back over to the Hurricanes at the moment. But they've got an opportunity to maybe, snatch some of that back. 1st and 10 coming up right here for Stephen Decatur. Coleman in the shotgun, 5-receiver set. He does have 2 interceptions on the game thus far. Fires it across the middle, complete to Chandler. Chandler's going to get progress down to the 40, so that'll be a 6-yard gain, it looks like, maybe just beyond the 40.
Now, interesting to note how, again, these two teams got here. Huntingtown with a walkover win versus Walkersville, 27-7. But Decatur with that narrow 35-34 win. Are they built for now these close games, which has turned into a 14-7 contest?
That is true. That's the question that you always have to wonder about that with some of these games. 2nd and 3 coming up right there. They're going to try to swing it outside to Bolden. Bolden, and he's not going to get anywhere. Roger Jones Jr. came up like a rocket to delay that one before it got going any further.
Not a whole lot of people are going to outrun Roger Jones Jr. Again, not a big guy. Stands at 6 feet tall. But again, it's not about the height, it's not about the weight, it's about the will.
Might see that guy at the track championships again come the spring.
Oh, he is, one of those guys that will be there for sure.
3rd and 5 coming up right here for the Seahawks. 5-receiver set. Coleman fires it across. Caught. What a catch right there for Salido.
And he's still going.
He's still on his feet. Down into Huntingtown territory, taken down at the 43-yard line.
Tell you what, Trevor Robbins had a beat on it, but that was a beautiful, beautiful catch. Pitch and catch, I should say, by the Decatur Seahawks.
So they set it up right here once again. 6.5 minutes left. And timeout on the field. And Freer is going to take his first time out of the half. We'll keep the action right here on the NFHS network. And again, that was the kind of play that Decatur's made a lot of tonight, and it works out for them so well there. It gets them an extra yard. Gets them a first down right there when they needed it.
Yeah, I mean,
because let's be fair, if Huntingtown is able to make the stop on that play, their fans are going nuts.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest with you, that's a great timeout. Some people would think, okay, well, that might be a wasted timeout. You might need that timeout in the 4th quarter. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, for sure. But these are high school kids. They've got the momentum right now. We're already almost halfway through the 3rd quarter. We're talking a quarter and a half from naming a state champion for the first time, and Paul Friel doesn't want his team to lose the momentum that his offense just got them.
We set it up right here. 1st and 10 coming up. Coleman in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side, 1 in motion. Salido over here to the near. They're going to hand that one up the middle. Try to get that one to Manuel. Give credit right there to Kyle Stark. He was the one who kind of shut that down before it could really get going.
And here's the funny part about Huntingtown. They only have 7 seniors on their roster. I talked about Decatur having a number of star juniors. They've not got a whole lot of seniors either. They've got a slew of juniors and sophomores, but Huntingtown led by their juniors and sophomores pretty much.
2nd and 6 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Coleman rolls out, looking, under some heat. He's going to take it himself. He's got an opening. Out of bounds at the 30. That'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, again, that's a quarterback with wide receiver feet. That's why Vanderbilt sees this guy Bryson Coleman as somebody who that they can use in a role as a wide receiver, as a tight end, and potentially as a backup quarterback at 6'5".
1st and 10 coming up right here.
Not to mention, he's got those bright white shoes. You can't miss them.
No, not at all. 1st and 10 coming up right here. They make the snap, rolling out to the far side. He's going to keep it. No, throws it at the last second. Salito slips a couple of tacklers. They look for a split second. He might have been able to take that the rest of the way, but he gets a solid gain of about 7 or 8 yards.
You know, that's pretty good job there by number 5, Amari Emmanuel. He avoided the penalty of potentially offensive pass interference, knowing that his quarterback might throw the football there without blocking ahead of time. That was kind of an interesting play, because those that don't know, you cannot block. If you have a potential receiver in front of you, that could be considered offensive pass interference if you make contact with the defender.
2nd and 2 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Hand off to Manuel. Goes forward, and he might be short. He is. Only a yard on the carry. 3rd and 1 coming up.
And again, we talk about the masterful height tonight is that one right around just under the 6-foot mark, because you're looking at a guy, he's listed it at 5'11", but again, he's low to the ground. I think 5'11" is a push. He's probably about 5'9", 5'10", and he just gets down deep and tries to barrel his way through the middle of the line.
3rd and 1 coming up right here.
Audible.
We're audibling, about 10 seconds left on the play clock, but they're in position.
Yeah, this guy's in control.
Pistol formation. Coleman setting it up.
Yep.
Manuel flanking him. Gets the snap, hand off to Manuel, and he'll barely get the first down there.
Is Bryson Coleman a cool customer or what?
He really is.
He was not at all phased. Saw 10 on the clock. It was like 10 hours to him.
This cat knows how to play, and the moment is not too big for him.
Yeah.
I think that's the key right here. You sometimes get these players that get these opportunities playing on the big stages in their state. Maybe sometimes they shrink up, but not this kid.
Yeah, and I mean, the only close game of the season for Decatur was that 35-34 victory over Milford.
Oh, and they got him to bite on the hard count.
Did we say that he's going to what academic school?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, exactly.
Mind games.
How about that? All of a sudden, you're driving 1st and 5. This is like taking your fingernails across a chalkboard if you're Decatur to Huntingtown. If they match their touchdown with a touchdown of their own, talk about how pick-me-up that would be for the Seahawks.
No two ways, but I would also make the argument that the Hurricanes know how to respond.
Good point.
1st and 5 coming up right here. Coleman.
Oh, shoulder fake.
Fakes it. He's under heat. He's got to get rid of this one, and that one. He throws that one out of bounds, incomplete.
Ooh, tell you what, people were.
They're wondering about this one.
Huntingtown once again.
And yet the refs are going to discuss this.
I tell you what.
I don't know if there was anyone around.
No, not where he threw it, but in the middle of the field there were 2 receivers. Coleman could have tossed it to the middle of the field where there were no Hurricanes, but 2
And the
Seahawks.
flag is out.
Is it?
I think it is. The head referee has it.
There
it is. It's an intentional grounding penalty there on Decatur.
Yeah, I think he was just going back to where the ball was thrown at the 27-yard line. This is a good call.
A spot call right there, and that's going to back him up and lose them the down. It'll be 2nd and long. And if that's not a break for Huntingtown, I don't know what is.
Yeah, and these were the penalties Huntingtown had in the first half. If they can get Decatur to back up and hold them here, it would be huge. But what a great pass rush.
Yeah. No, and they've had a pretty good pass rush all night long in this game. I think that point has been kind of lost on things here.
Yeah, the line has played really, really well. We've seen Gabe Copeland in there. We've seen Peyton Powell in there.
2nd and 22 is the down and distance. Back to pass goes Coleman.
The blitz is on.
He fires this one long and caught in the end zone. The initial call's a touchdown, but we have a penalty flag back in the backfield. We're going to hold up right there.
I think this is going to be holding, and we haven't.
We got someone who's hurt.
Yeah, ran right.
Yeah, all the players went right into the base of the goalpost there. So hopefully nothing serious. And you were correct there, Wiley. Holding on Stephen Decatur.
You know, hats off to the Hurricane coaching staff, Tim. They keep putting the heat on, and it's starting to make a factor on the offensive line of the Seahawks. And again, the pressure was on. It was Peyton Powell coming from his right defensive end spot, and then the blitz on from the outside by Roger Jones Jr. I love what Huntingtown is doing, and now all of a sudden it's what? Second
and
down
32.
From my house to yours, from Maryland to Virginia.
Pretty much at this point. They're still taking a look over on there, but he's back up on his feet. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him, maybe some cramping up at this point in the game. And again, I mean, at the very least, that base is padded, but at the same time, if you're not expecting it, it probably smarts quite a bit when you run into it at full speed. Yeah, Division I school, you're going to get the best padding possible on the goalpost. Not that other schools don't, but you're going to get the best right here at the Naval Academy. And I don't care whether it's padded or not. You're running into a metal beam that's padded. It's not going to feel good, especially going at full speed like these guys are. You know, shout-outs, you talk about, the Naval Academy being here. Shout-outs to Randolph-Macon Academy down in Ashland, Virginia, just outside Richmond. Making it far into the D3 playoffs this season. One of my former basketball players is the steals leader, or was at one point, Timmy Smith at Randolph-Macon. I'm not sure if he still holds that record or not. 2nd and 32 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Lots of pressure. Screen pass to Salido. He'll maybe get 3 yards on that. Wow. They planned that well, but good on the linebackers right there for Huntingtown to be in good position to prevent that from going any further. Play number 9 of the drive here that seems like it's taken the whole quarter. 3rd and a mile coming up right here for the Seahawks. They got to get down to the 10-yard line to get a first down. Almost a 6-minute drive. Coleman and Manuel in the backfield. There's the snap. Rolls out. He's got time. Fires it. Caught. And he'll be short of a first down, but that definitely makes it a lot easier on this. So I wonder if they're going to try to kick a field goal here. This would be about a 38-yard field goal, but I think they're going to go for it. 4th and 12. I mean, at this point, why not, right? Hey, you know what? You come right back with the play that scored you the touchdown. Why not? And they're going to move some players around right here. And that play right there makes this play a little bit easier. Again, they only need to get to the 10-yard line for a first down, so they don't have to go all or nothing here. It's a great point. Bunched up set. And we got timeout. Did he get the timeout? Yep, they got the timeout. Oh, no, wait. I saw the penalty flag there on the far side. No, they got to get the delay of game. So it goes from a 4th and 7, 4th and 13 to a 4th and 18 in a flash. Coleman got just a little bit too calm and collected there. So 4th and 18 now coming up. This makes it a little more complicated. They're going to pass it. Backwards pass, looking long. Caught! Wow. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Kareem Bolden gets it down to Tribe Wise inside the 5-yard line. And it's 1st and goal for the Seahawks after a 2nd and 32. On the 11th play of the drive, unofficially, Bolden to Wise, and Wise has had an excellent game very quietly. Very quietly. No two ways about that. There's the snap. Coleman, he's going to try to take it in himself. Looking for the corner. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks.
That's just amazing.
What a drive right there for Stephen Decatur. Methodical, long, and finding the plays when they needed them there towards the end, and they go back up 2 scores.
On 3rd and 17, the big play to allow Coleman to get that 4-yard touchdown scamper around the right end. And unofficially, because I may have lost count, 11 plays and 66 yards.
Extra point attempt is up and good. So with 46 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter, it is now 21-0. Stephen Decatur over Huntingtown. Tim Blank and Wiley Baker here on the NFHS Network. We'll be back with more right after this. Tim Blank here on the call with Wiley Baker. The Class 2A State Football Championship game for the MPSSAA here at Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium in Annapolis, Maryland. And Huntingtown now has to go right back to work after that drive.
And how about that? 11 plays, 66 yards. I can't believe, how about that? Not always do I get it right like that. But what, talk about getting it right.
That's a lucky break right there for Huntingtown. Though kickoff goes out of bounds, they'll get the ball up at the 35.
As Eastlack hits himself in the helmet coming off. Good kickoff other than it went out of bounds. He was aiming for the kind of coffin corner, but of course on kickoffs you got to keep it in the field of play opposite the punt. 11 plays, 66 yards. Coleman with a touchdown run. He now has his 2nd touchdown run, also has a touchdown pass on the game. 21-7 after the Eastlack extra points.
That was just a very pretty, and again, that 4th and 18 play that they made on that one. It just,
yeah.
And again, you pull plays like that out for games like this. There is no tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I said 3rd and 18. It was 4th and 18, of course. You're right, Tim. And that drive took almost 8 minutes.
You go straight up the middle. Koontz running all the way down, taken down inside the 15-yard line. What a response. A huge gain right there for the Hurricanes.
Unbelievable. How about the Hurricanes' resilience here? Beautiful run there, 38-15, 53-yard scamper.
They hand this one back off now over to Cauley. Cauley gets inside the 10-yard line and down to about the 8. That'll be about a 4-yard gain here. And whether or not they get up to the line of scrimmage, I think they're going to try to get one more off here before the end of the 3rd.
I mean, they need to call these two guys fire and ice. Holy cow.
This is going to be close. I don't know if they're going to get this one off. 3, 2, 1, and no, they're not going to get this one off. So we are 3 quarters down, folks. 4's up in the air. There are 12 minutes left in this season for these two teams.
Wow.
We are 36 minutes down and 12 to go. And it's looking like we could be going to a good finish here, folks. 21-7 after 3 quarters of play here in the 2023 MPSSAA Class 2A State Championship. We'll be back with the 4th quarter right after this.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank you for all that you do officiating high school football.
What you do matters, and what you do is important for our student athletes.
Without you and what you do, it's just practice.
I know you've worked hard in your preparation this offseason, and now it's game time. Go out there and call them like you see them.
Embrace the grind.
And the biggest thing of all is to have fun.
Please stay safe, have a great season, and we'll all be watching.
And we're back here on the NFHS Network here as we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play here. 12 minutes to glory.
Wow.
Huntingtown and Stephen Decatur. Stephen Decatur with a great answer moments ago on that last drive on a 4th and 8. They were backed up as much as a 2nd and 32 and had it down to a 4th and 18 and then got a first down on a wonderful halfback pass from Kareem Bolden to Tribe Wise, and then they scored right afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about composure there, because that was even after it was supposed to be 4th and 13, but then a delay of game penalty. But you know what? No problem. No problem. We'll just drop another play in the sand or on the turf, and we'll make it happen.
And that's what's happened. But just right after that, Huntingtown comes right back. Evan Kuntz takes it himself. Penalty flag on the play as Kuntz scoots. He's down. It looks like he's got the first down. But again, there was a penalty flag here on the near side. Let's see what the call is.
How about this? 233 yards rushing for Huntingtown, 232 yards passing for Decatur.
An illegal shift there on the Hurricanes. That's going to back them up 5 yards.
I tell you what, and it's amazing that the score is 21-7, because if you look at the stat sheet, 15 first downs for each team. As I mentioned, 233 in yards rushing for Huntingtown, just 83 for Decatur, but 12 yards passing for Huntingtown, 232 for Decatur, 245 yards total on 42 plays for Huntingtown, 52 plays and 315 yards for Decatur.
2nd and 11 coming up right here. Kuntz is going to take it himself, breaks one tackle, gets inside the 10. And that's going to get him back to right about where he was a moment ago. It'll be 3rd and 6 coming up.
I tell you, I just like the guts of this kid, Kuntz, and I really love the power running of Landon Cauley. That's a nice mix right there. But let's see if Jake Coleman's defense can step it up here after scoring their touchdown there that matched Huntingtown's. Only 2 possessions in that 3rd quarter.
Kuntz gonna pass. Caught! Touchdown! They haven't had much success in the air, but they got one there. A touchdown pass for the Hurricanes. We think that was DePompa who hauled that one in.
Wow. Crazy good stuff.
Extra point attempt setting up right here for Huntingtown. And it's blocked. And this is not like college. They're not going to allow you to return it, but that's big right there. Goes from a 7-point game to an 8-point game. So they would need a 2-point conversion to tie. So 11-12 left to go here in the 4th quarter. We do have it confirmed that was DePompa who got the touchdown.
4 plays, 65 yards. How about that? A scoring drive that used the last 45 seconds of the 3rd quarter and 48 seconds of the 4th quarter to match what was a 7.5-yard drive by the Seahawks of Decatur. What are we in for here, Tim?
I don't know, but again, that missed extra point is now looming pretty large, just about as large as that missed opportunity in the 1st quarter. So 21-13 is our score.
Should this game come down to a 2-point conversion? Then?
Maybe, I mean. So we set it up right here. They kick this one away, and it's going to be taken at about the 15-yard line. And it's Bolden with it. He gets forced out of bounds at about the 40, 41-yard line. And that is where the Seahawks are going to start back up right here with just over 11 minutes left to go here.
Now, if we go back and think about the extra point before the extra point on the first touchdown by Huntingtown, we know that the trajectory of that one was pretty low, pretty line drive-ish. And then Max Hall was able to get that second one up in the air right down the pike. Again, another low driving kick, and it was blocked by the middle of the line there by Stephen Decatur. Will that make a difference? Well, first of all, Huntingtown has to hold Decatur here, and they start from their own 39 to the Seahawks.
So we set it up right here. First major play coming up right here. 2 receivers on each side. Bolden in motion. They're going to run a jet sweep to Bolden. He got past one. He's looking for the edge. And there's a penalty flag there on the far side. I think this one's being backed up 10 yards. Just a little too much grabbing there on the corner.
This place has been loud and has continued to stay loud. Hats off to the fans here.
Yeah, and it's a cool evening here in Annapolis. Not as cold as it's been in the area the last couple of days when the sun has gone down, but still plenty cool.
Yeah, the wind has died down, which has really helped things. It was kind of gusty a little bit early on in this one.
1st and 15 coming up right here now. Or is it 16?
Tell you what, I want to encourage people to go down to the heart of Annapolis. Midnight Madness going on tonight after the football game.
That is true. That one getting over there to the outside. That'll be a solid 6 or 7 yard gain right there.
If you have never been down to the city of Annapolis, just absolutely beautiful. Where I was born, as a matter of fact, in the old Anne Arundel Medical Center down here in the capital of the state of Maryland. But what they do is the first 3 Thursdays in December, they do something called Midnight Madness, the first 2 Thursdays, and then the 11th hour. And I tell you, all the stores, all the restaurants are open. It's just a beautiful scene. And after a beautiful football game, what a nice place to go.
2nd and 8 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Coleman gets it out here. Wise. He's got room. He's out past midfield. Gets forced out of bounds in Huntingtown territory. That's a first down.
You know, we've said it throughout the night, just kind of under our breath, but this kid is quietly becoming the player of the game.
Very quietly. He's absolutely had himself, I think, a great game thus far.
Yeah, Wise is just, he's a smart player. Great receiver, good blocker. He's done all the little things right to help his team.
1st and 10 coming up right here for Decatur. Coleman, he's going to take it himself. Slips one tackler. Slips another. That's another first down. Inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, well, as much as I want Wise to be, kind of named the player of the game, we see right now, if Decatur wins, what has Coleman has thrown 2 interceptions, but that's about the only thing he's done wrong. He's led this team calmly and coolly up and down the field every time.
And one of those, and keep in mind, one of those interceptions was in that, was near the end of the first half on the bit of a scramble.
Right.
1st and 10 coming up right here. Handoff. Manuel going forward. He takes a shot, holds on, crosses inside the 30 down to the 29-yard line.
Notice how that handoff is being put right into the gullet very, very confidently by the quarterback, Bryson Coleman. This kid just doesn't get phased.
We got a player down here for Huntingtown.
We don't want that.
Certainly not.
We have been just about injury-free, minus the goalpost. Sheesh. Don't nobody run into goalpost, please.
Please do not, even if it is padded.
Right. And then we just have right now one injury that we hope is just going to be a minor injury.
Something like maybe just getting the wind knocked out of him or a quick little stinger. I
tell you what, the stingers sting a little bit more
when it's
November
cold.
30th.
No,
There's
you're
no
right.
doubt. Yeah. It, like I said, the wind has gone away. The flags on the goalposts not blowing. They were a little earlier in the game. And, yeah, I mean, it's just it's a beautiful, beautiful night for football. 45 degrees. Real feel is 39. Hey, want to say a shout out to listening to us is the color commentator for the Naval Academy, Joe Miller. Good friends of mine, Joe Miller and Pete Medhurst, who sit right in this booth where we are calling the Naval Academy football games. They do a tremendous job. And I want to give a big shout out to Joe. Thanks, Joe, for being out there and watching what's a great football game. Thanks for allowing us to be in your booth this evening.
Had the pleasure of calling a couple of state championship softball games back in the spring with Pete out at the University of Maryland.
Nice. I've announced with Pete and Joe. Met Pete through baseball at Shady Side. Met Joe through Jones Intercable, which is now Comcast.
2nd and 3 coming up right here for the Seahawks. Decatur gets it, and is that a delay of game over there?
But I tell you, can there be anything much better for high school sports than NFHS Network? I mean, this
true
is
enough.
just, I tell you, when I heard about NFHS Network for the first time, I was like, this is so awesome. And of course, lots of folks know that I've worked for Sajak Broadcasting Corporation down here in Annapolis for over 20 years, and Pat was a great guy to work for, Steve Hopp and Bill Lusby and those guys. But I can tell you, you know, NFHS Network has really just built into something that's super special for these kids.
Absolutely. There's no two ways about that. We've had the pleasure of seeing this network grow into something very nice over the years, and we've had the pleasure of seeing some really great moments. So we get the handoff right there, right to Manuel, but Manuel, still charging forward.
Wow.
He gets to the 30-yard line. Looked like he was only going to get 2, but he forced his way in there, got about 5, maybe 4. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 4 coming up.
I was thinking maybe even versus the spring, maybe I need to have some fish being grizzled right now because it's a little chilly out. For those that don't know, that was during our Severna Park Mount Hebron game. I don't know what made me say that, but it was funny, and it was
3rd and 4 coming up right
timing, I
here
guess.
for Decatur.
Big play here for the defense of Huntingtown.
There's the snap. It's going to be Coleman. He's taking it himself. Cuts it back up. He's got the first down to the 22-yard line.
Hurdles for the first down. What can this kid not do? He is 6'5".
And it's another injury timeout here for the Hurricanes.
Oh, and if that's Peyton Powell, number 58.
It's a little tough to tell from up here. We're not going to speculate on that right here.
Looked like a 58. I hope it's not anything that's an injury that keeps this player out of the game. One thing that we do know that we've been very blessed with all year long throughout the state of Maryland, and I can say from Anne Arundel County, you know, MedStar and Pivot have been just tremendous. But our trainers in Maryland, can there be much better trainers? We see Towson Sports Medicine. I'm a Towson Tiger. You know, I can tell you, we need trainers and good ones like this. We have fantastic trainers here at our championships.
And that's number 50 for Huntingtown right there. That's Evan Powell being helped out. And, well, that's...
we don't want either Powell getting hurt.
No, but Evan Powell, he leads the team in sacks with 10.
Yeah.
And having him out for any stretch of time, especially at this point of the game, certainly not what you would want here in this moment.
No, not at all. He does not have helmet in hand, so I'm sure he's going to be checked very, very carefully. He is just a junior, as is his brother. So he's got a big career ahead of him.
So just over 8 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter.
I want to say a big shout out to my dad, Richard, who's also watching. He's recovering, 89 years old from knee replacement surgery. Expects to be back on the softball field April 1st. Are you kidding? Are you kidding?
That's how you do it. First and 10 to Manuel, straight ahead. Still charging his legs. He'll get down to about the 14-yard line.
I'm telling you, I just continue to be impressed by whoever touches the football on both of these squads. Again, Stephen Decatur is one of those teams that looks for pass before run, but right now they are just mixing it up so well.
2nd and 2 coming up right here, and the clock is ticking. A touchdown here would be tremendous for Decatur. Manuel tries to get it, but he goes nowhere. They needed that. Looks like number 12, Kyle Stark with the tackle.
Yeah, Kyle is again another junior. Can you believe it? How many?
No. And it looks like that Manuel, he's slow to get going. Certainly not good news there. Manuel, who's been such a part of this offense.
Okay, we got to get out of this little injury thing.
I agree.
Knock on wood, we were injury-free for 3 quarters pretty much, and now we've had, 3 injuries in the last 4 plays. And I tell you what, these kids, are they leaving it all in the field or what? These student, I call them kids because of my age, these student athletes that, have continued to get to this point in the season, keep their grades where they need to keep their grades. Now, let me remind everybody that for MPSSAA, you have to keep your grades at a 2.0 grade point average. Many of these coaches like Jake Coleman and Paul Friel expect much more than that. A 2.0 is a straight C grade point average. These coaches expect a lot more than that. You're talking a coaching staff of 14 and a coaching staff of 11. We've got almost 25 coaches out on the field tonight. And I tell you what, they are proud of not only the kids on the field, but in the classroom.
Right, big 3rd down coming up right here for Decatur. Manuel's out for the moment. And motion over to the other side. There's the snap. Coleman. And he's going to be stopped well short. And there's a penalty flag on here. So that's going to make it interesting. That's going to make things interesting here.
Yeah,
do you take the penalty and back them up, or do you force the 4th down?
Well, I tell you what, I'm going to say only because the down and distance, which would be 4th and 4, or do you move it back and you look at the clock and you say 6:49 and we've got plenty of time. So I think I take the 10 here.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean,
they're taking the penalty.
It'd be different if there was.
You're right.
If there was 3:49 left or 2:49 left, okay, maybe you take that chance. But right now, your defense is doing a great job.
The defense has absolutely been playing great here for the Hurricanes as they've gotten down here to the near side, to the sideline over here. 3rd and 14 coming up right here for Decatur. Coleman still in its shotgun. It's Purnell who's back flanking him at the moment. Coleman.
Blitz.
Under heat. He's going to get sacked. Taken down for a huge loss.
My goodness.
Kyle Stark. But give credit as well.
I believe that was Gabe. Is that Gabe Copeland?
No, guess who? That's Evan Powell.
Evan Powell.
Evan Powell back into the game. And he makes a huge play to throw them back so far to a 4th and 25.
How about that? Unbelievable. Powell and Stark teaming up, and it's now 4th and forever.
And they're going to quick kick this one. They got to be careful about that. It takes a Huntingtown bounce, and they are going to get it at the 16-yard line. So now 5:42 left in this one. Folks, buckle your seatbelts. We're in for a fantastic finish.
Another 11-play drive that leads to a punt, and with 5:42 to go, this is the drive of the season for the Huntingtown Hurricanes, who, by the way, held Decatur to under 100 yards offense in the third quarter, and their defense has really created this big opportunity now for their offense.
I mean, this is huge coming up right here. We know that they can get yards in bunches. Kuntz and Cauley in the backfield.
They're going to have to go 84 yards.
Kuntz back to pass. Takes it down. He'll get a couple yards, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield.
It's going to be half the distance to the goal. And you know what? Tired bodies on the offensive line equal more penalties.
So true. So true.
And you know, people would say, well, come on now, Wiley. You know, these teams have been playing at this pace all season long. This is a whole different ball game when you're talking.
Everything is dialed up to 11 at this stage.
The anxiety, just what do you call it? I mean, in the most positive way, the hyperactivity. I mean, you're just more juiced up for these types of games.
So we set it up right here, first and 18 now coming up.
I'm hyper.
They set it all up. They wind the clock. They're going to hand it off to Cauley. Off tackle. Cauley with a great run there on first and 18. Gets all the way to about the 20-yard line, and that's going to make it 2nd and 6.
All right, another Pittsburgh Steeler little gab here. Is he little Bettis or what? Gee whiz, just carrying people.
2nd and 6 coming up right here. Kuntz in the pistol. Off to Cauley once again. That time he hit the line. He got a couple yards out of it, maybe 3, but not much else. He'll get down to he'll get up to the 23-yard line.
Anthony Burke on his gluteus maximus making that tackle. Was that 52? It was. Another junior.
3rd and 3 upcoming right here. We're under 5 to go. 4.5 minutes on the clock here. Kuntz back to pass, fires it out here to the outside, misses his guy. He was trying to get it over there to DePompa, but he just missed him.
DePompa didn't make his cut yet. Again, the pressure was on, and DePompa hadn't made his turn. He looks a little upset, and it looks like Huntingtown is going to have to go for it. This is the ball game.
Yeah, this is definitely the ball game right here. Let's see what happens. 4th down, 3 yards to go. Kuntz back to pass, fires it across the middle, tipped up, it's incomplete.
Huge hit.
What a play! What a play right there, number 31, Caden Sharkey. Correction, number 21, Trey Dorn on the play right there.
And you know what? Dorn made a great play earlier in the game. Was it special teams? He made a great tackle that saved a potential big run, and Dorn once again.
Right now, unfortunately, still no sign of Manuel, so it looks like he might be done for the game, unfortunately. But this is big right here for the Seahawks. They have an opportunity to whittle this clock on down.
Wow, what a play by Dorn, who may have torn the hearts out of the Hurricanes here.
So we see them set up right here, 1st and 10. Handoff, and maybe a couple yards right there. That is Jamian Purnell on the carry.
Yeah, this is staying on the ground here, Tim. I don't see any passes happening.
No, not at this point. So 30-second play clock going and ticking down. They are content to not do much of anything at this point. 2nd and 8 coming up right here as we're approaching just about 4 minutes to go. Coleman getting set to go right there. He takes the snap. He goes forward. He goes nowhere. Maybe a yard, if that. 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well.
Okay, we may not be done yet.
3 timeouts for Decatur, 2 timeouts for Huntingtown. And you know what? Let's go back to that Paul Friel timeout where he called it on defense and then ultimately his team ends up holding. Was that a well-used timeout? Seems like it right now.
3rd and 7 coming up right here. Big play, empty backfield.
I still think they're going to run it. Well,
Be a short pass over here, got it over to Chandler. Chandler makes a couple men miss. He's going for the end zone. And we got a penalty flag back there, so hold on. Hold on.
I think it's going to be an illegal block in the back. I think this. Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna,
yeah. This is the
Oh.
reaction on the play. This one's coming back, folks. Oh, wow.
Well, that one would have been the icer, and now
it
it's,
absolutely would. So now it's going to be 3rd and even more.
Yeah, well, again, like
Block.
you said, it's going to be from the spot of the foul. So that's going to be the saving grace, because rather than 3rd and 16, it's going to be 3rd and about maybe 12.
No, not even that, because that happened past the first down marker.
Oh, okay. They moved the
3rd and
flag.
9.
They moved the flag up. So it only goes back to the 22-yard line, pardon me.
So 3:06 to go here.
Do you like those laterals? Those laterals scare me. You know, that ball gets dropped, it's a fumble.
Yeah, no two ways. 3rd and 9 upcoming right here. Coleman sending it up. He's got Purnell right next to him.
Nobody's guarding one of the receivers.
Coleman, he's under heat right away. Slips a little on the turf, but he still has his feet. Fires it. It's intercepted!
Oh, my goodness.
And it's picked by Roger Jones Jr.
Not surprised.
This isn't over.
3rd interception of the game for Huntingtown. Are you serious?
Wow.
Are you serious? This is tremendous.
What a hard-fought game here between both of these schools. But now, here's the rub.
Yeah, now this, I can tell you what now.
You had 84 yards to go on the first time. Now you got 92 yards to go.
Yeah,
in 3 minutes.
Yeah,
you still have both timeouts. You still have 2 timeouts, but you got to go a longer distance in a shorter amount of time. You're going to need a big play here.
Yeah, this is the drive of the season here for the Hurricanes.
Kuntz fakes it. He's going to take it himself. He slips one tackler. He gets taken down just past the 15-yard line to about the 16.
You know, I think Kuntz could have continued to go north and south Tim. He went east and west.
I think he was trying to go north. I think he found a hole, but it closed up very quick. Second and 3 coming up, it looks like.
Yeah, the wave.
Clock is still ticking
Seahawks.
here.
Yep.
They hand it off to Cauley. Cauley, he gets swallowed up.
Wow.
Maybe a yard, if that.
I think Huntingtown just wanted to get the first down there, and they didn't get it. The clock continues to roll.
Oh, we're about at 2 minutes left to go. They got to get moving here.
Again, the clock will stop on a high school first down just briefly.
Hold on, I think. No, okay, the clock is ticking still. They got to move here. About 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, Kuntz has over 2,100 yards passing.
Cauley straight ahead. They're going to get the first down there.
Yeah, Kuntz has, I mean, I'm a little surprised that we're not seeing the pass here. 27 touchdown passes before the semifinals started. You know, he's completed over 60% of his passes, over 2,100 yards. It's time to put the ball in the air if you're the Hurricanes.
First and 10 right there after that. Kuntz back to pass. Fires it across, and that one gets knocked away incomplete, almost intercepted.
Is that Anthony Burke again?
That might have been
Anthony Burke
again.
makes a tackle on his tush, and now he knocks a ball down.
And he was reacting like he almost hauled that one in.
Man, almost.
Second and 10 coming up right here. Kuntz back to pass. Fires it across. He has it complete. That's a first down.
Yep.
They blow it dead.
Stops the clock.
Minute 41 remaining.
Hey, and that's what you want to do. Minute 41, plenty of time, get 10 yards. Keep getting 10.
Clock running right now here. Getting close to about 90 seconds to go. Kuntz, he's going to roll out. Plants, fires, caught. First down, out of bounds.
Again.
No, but he got forced backwards. So they will start the clock once they get the clock set again.
But again, you've got another nice pass play there. That's all you need. Get another 10 to 15. Plenty of time. 1:28.
1:28 and the clock is running. Split formation once again. 2 receivers on each side. Kuntz going to roll out here to the near side. Throws on the run. Caught once again. No, Matt Jones Jr. on the catch right there. Gets it to inside the 40-yard line. Another first down.
Calmly and coolly. We've been talking about Bryson Coleman all game. Evan Kuntz again. With just calmly and coolly rolling out, finding a receiver again, another dozen-yard pickup.
That time that stops the clock. They don't need to rush. Back goes Kuntz, fires. He's got a man caught. Makes a man miss. He's going to go down the sideline, knocked out of bounds inside the 20.
Is that Miles Plater?
That was. No,
it was
DePompa again.
DePompa. Who else could it be? How many plays has he made tonight?
He's made a bunch right now. And now you look at this, 1st and 10 now on their own, on the Decatur 22-yard line.
Yeah, you don't want to take too much time because you're in good rhythm.
Back to pass, Kuntz once again, fires again. Oh, that got deflected.
Yep, and there's a guy who, again, has played a great game, Nate Tapley with the tip, number 10.
So they get a moment, they can take a breath. They still have 2 timeouts left.
Them? How about us? This is great. Is this great championship football? This is what it's all about.
Tremendous drama here.
Plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 12.
They're trying to figure out, they got to make sure they got everyone in the right spot. They don't want to get penalized.
Yep, still 5.
Kuntz. Oh, no. Was that a bad snap?
Yeah, I think so. You know what? It was almost like Huntingtown had too much time there.
And a false start right there, unfortunately.
They couldn't get themselves set where if you're in a go mode, you just got to get to a spot and then go. Where there, the clock was stopped and just way too much moving around. Just get to a spot and run the play.
2nd and 15 coming up right here. They're going to try again.
Play 7 of the drive. It's a do-over. What's going on here?
DePompa sets up on the outside. Pressure coming. They got to get rid of it sooner. Kuntz, he gets taken down from behind.
Wow.
Timeout called. And that was Gavin Salito with the sack. You saw him creeping up. He shoots the offensive line untouched.
Well, the funny part about that is offensively, Huntingtown trying to run the same play. Well, so did Decatur. They ran the same play. They were going to blitz. And how about the 2 number 3s? Gavin Salito for Decatur has had, again, one of those real quiet but solid football games. Trent DePompa on the other side, a great game. But this is now going to be huge. And I'm not going to be surprised about anything right here, Tim. This is what, 3rd and 22? 3rd and 23? You know, these coaches have plays for this. We've already seen it. Not every high school coach has a play for this, but these 2 coaches do, Jake Coleman and Paul Friel. It's Friel's turn, and it's Kuntz's turn.
All right, 3rd and 23, 59 seconds on the clock. Kuntz takes the snap, back to pass, sets it, he fires long, and that one's knocked out. Flag on the play.
Now, don't forget that this is 15 yards, 15 not yards, a spot foul.
And it won't be an automatic first down.
Not be an automatic first down,
but that's a big moment right there, if indeed this call is what we think it is.
Well, what happened was the receiver going down the field for Huntingtown was not allowed to have the area in which he was heading towards. So, you know, unless you're going to take, in essence, a charge, you know, unless you're going to get your body in front and make a play as a defender, then that pretty much 99 times out of 100 is going to go, the flag is going to go on the defense. And you know what? Nice job of route running there by the Hurricanes, being determined.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 8 now. Kuntz rolls out to the far side, fires, looking for the corner. It's intercepted. No.
Did he stay in?
No, he didn't. They called it.
Unbelievable.
They called it all there on the far side.
He tried to toe tap.
Give that side judge credit for making that one with authority.
Davin Chandler.
He almost won the championship right there.
I'm telling you what, that kid has had an incredible championship game.
What a game. What a game he's played. Well, this is it right here, Wiley. 4th and 8.
Listen to this crowd. 48 seconds to go. Down by 8.
If you got anything left in the system, this is the time to use it.
This is the play.
Timeout on the field. Looks like that Decatur's going to take one.
So, my opinion on that, and again, these two coaches have coached much longer than I in football. I've known a lot of football, but I haven't had a chance to coach a whole lot, mainly because of my announcing on Saturdays. But I don't like those types of calls. I think let it play out because your defense has been playing well the last few plays. Play with the momentum. I don't know. What's your take on that?
I mean, it's hard for me to say at this point. It's like you have to find the right play in the right situation. There's just no two ways about it right there.
Well, you know what? If Jake Coleman's defense stops it, I change my mind.
I mean, if he had hauled that one in, I mean, it's game over. No two ways about that.
Yeah, I mean, the defense is playing really well right now. It's that bend but don't break. And notice the hands team is in. Coleman's in the game now on defense.
Oh boy, here we go. That could be a good idea, but it could also backfire, just as the Patriots. 4th and 8. Kuntz back to pass. Fires across the middle. Deflected. Incomplete. No flags.
And guess who is there? The two guys we've been talking about. Number 3, DePompa. Number 3, Scalito, I should say. And number 0, Chandler. The 3-0 combo wins the championship. Oh, and we have an injured player on the field.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Big collision.
It was both. He is moving, so that's already the first okay thing.
Yeah, that was a huge collision.
Just air out of it, and I think the emotion of the moment may be getting to the guy, and they don't take they take it all seriously, and that's always a good thing to do so.
Yep.
But what an effort right there, and again, that touchdown. You had third and short. You got stopped, but then you get penalized. And that was your big difference right there, unfortunately. That's the ball game right there.
How about that? The team that gave up 8.8 points per game gives up 13 today, but makes the offense work for nearly 400 yards. And now victory formation.
Do you love anything else about this at this point?
Hurricanes only have one timeout.
44 seconds left.
I'm not sure Paul Friel's even going to use the timeout here.
I don't think he is, but all they got to do is just kneel one more time and it's over.
It'll be the very first championship for either squad.
And that's it. There's your ball game, folks. What a way to kick off championship weekend here in Annapolis. And a tremendous game, and the Stephen Decatur Seahawks are going to win their first ever state championship.
The Eastern Shore is flying high, Tim. Listen to this crowd.
The 000s have hit. What a game.
Everything we expected, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Tremendous showdown there for both teams. Just a great, great way to kick things off here tonight.
Wow. Look at these final stats. Are you kidding me? We had nearly 700 yards of offense.
What a
696.
Sheesh. Just what a job right here.
Yeah, look at the teams. Again, the sportsmanship by both squads.
Coach Jake Coleman taking over a team that had not had much in the way of success. But now they stand tall. Kings of Maryland.
The wings are flying high of the Seahawks on the Eastern Shore. Who would have thunk it about 5, 6, 7 years ago?
You can just see it right there. These boys are absolutely thrilled at this point. Coach Coleman, assistant coaches Russell Croteau, Todd Appel, Dan DeBronze, Jeff Herrick, Joe Blaskow, Fred Billings, John Coleman, Jason Wynn, DJ Braun, Tony Morris, Jacob Alabach, Eric Lee, and Dave Dodson, all of them.
I got to put a towel in. I got to air you out after that.
Just congratulations. A great team is as good as its staff, and this staff has done an amazing job building this program up. And they're going to have a nice ride home back down to Worcester County with the state championship trophy.
You know, and really the difference in this one, Tim, was when the penalties happened, I think. You know,
yeah.
when specific things in the game happen, because if you look at the stats, 21 first downs for Huntingtown to 18 for Decatur, 256 rushing yards for Huntingtown, 109 for Decatur, 79 passing yards for Huntingtown, 252 for Decatur. You know, you look at the yardage, 60 plays for 335 for Huntingtown, 66 for 361 for Decatur. I mean, how much more even can you be? The time of possession, a little bit more towards Decatur, 28-46 to 19-14. You know, but again, it kind of goes back to that first possession of the game with Decatur and them scoring, and then Huntingtown coming down. And I think really, you don't like to say it, you don't like to look all the way back, but yeah, you got to think of the complete game. What happens if Huntingtown scores or that penalty doesn't happen on 3rd and goal from inside the 1 yard line?
Yep.
And then 3 consecutive penalties, not just the one, but 3 consecutive penalties there.
So we see that the trophies are being awarded right now. For Huntingtown, it'll be a hard travel for them back to Calvert County. But they can celebrate. The season that they had. And as someone I know well says, there are dozens of teams that would love to be where Huntingtown is tonight.
Every team that's not here wouldn't mind being in Huntingtown's shoes tonight.
You hear the roar of the crowd. They're holding up the trophy. They're going to bring this one back to Berlin, Maryland.
It's going to be the Seahawk plunge into the Atlantic Ocean down there.
And folks, I'll say it again. This is just game 1. We've got 5 more of these to call for you over the course of the weekend. 2 more of them tomorrow night here on the NFHS Network, starting, I believe, at 4 o'clock, as we get, of course, Dunbar versus Calvert.
Yep, and just as your scoring recap, Decatur scores first, 10:15 to go in the first. Bryson Coleman, 3-yard touchdown run, extra point on a 5-play, 61-yard drive, makes it 7-0. Decatur again with the score to make it 14-0 with 3:21 to go in the second. That was Tribe-Wise, 3-yard touchdown pass from Coleman, who was the player of the game, with 2 touchdown scampers and a touchdown pass. The extra point was good. 11-play, 65-yard drive. 2 long drives for Decatur. That was one of the 2. But then in the third quarter, what a way to battle adversity by Paul Friel and his squad. Scoring on that opening drive of the third quarter, 8:18 to go. They put it in the end zone. 10-play, 68-yard drive. 3:36 to go. It's 14-7, and Huntingtown's right back in it. But Decatur with the drive of the game. 14 plays, 66 yards, nearly 7.5 minutes. Bryson Coleman scores, but it was the halfback pass that was the difference. You called it, Tim. Bolden to Wise, 4th and 18. Crazy good play there.
23 yards on that pass.
Unbelievable. 21-7. DePompa gets the 9-yard pass from Kuntz to make it 21-13. The extra point was no good. And then it came down, of all things, for two teams that have pretty much combined for 1,000 points on the season, it came down to their defenses.
Well, that is going to do it for us here, folks. That is the end of night one here at the MPSSAA State Football Championships. We'll be back to bring you night two, starting again 4 p.m. Right here on the NFHS Network. So for our cameraman, Ryan DeGurda, and my color man, Wiley Baker, this is Tim Blank signing off for the final time tonight. Congratulations to the Stephen Decatur Seahawks, a 21-13 victory over the Huntingtown Hurricanes. This has been a presentation of the NFHS Network, and we will see you next time.
He's going to take it himself for a championship. A double play wins it the break.
Turn it to the end zone. What a catch. McKay, touchdown.